y'all. Welcome back to Divine Nurture. Anywho, as you can see, I'm sitting at actually the writing table for the kids. My hair looks a complete mess. I'm sorry. However, it's been a day, y'all, and I just felt like getting this out to you, okay? So today's video, as you can see from the title, is going to be on what should be your spiel when you're having new potential clients come in. So let's stop. If you're new, like, subscribe, and share. Share with somebody else. Drop me a comment. Do all that good stuff. If you are returning, welcome back, and let's get into this video. Yeah, let's get into it. Like I said, we're just gonna jump right in. I do have my computer here, so I might be looking down, maybe looking at you. I don't know. So first and foremost, it can be. Let me just start here. So I've been doing this business for 7 years now, going on 8. I think going on 7 years. One or two. But I've been in the teaching field for like 20 years. So being at a business per se versus having your own business is a lot different. Lots of things to learn and get used to, but you are capable of doing anything you set your mind to. Let me just start right there. And know that it's okay if you make mistakes. Learn on the way. That's what we're supposed to do. You're supposed to collect. You're supposed to collect, right? So I felt like this is a good video to do. Like, even though you may have experience and all, when you're meeting new people, it's like, it could be a little nerve-wracking, regardless, even if you know them. Let's just put that out there, because this is your business. So regardless if you know the person or not, it still could be a little nerve-wracking because you're trying to present something in a certain way, and you want it to be good because you represent quality, right? At least for me. So I just want to drop a couple of tips on what you might want to keep in mind when you're interviewing a potential parent or letting them do a walkthrough or anything like that. So to start off, first impressions are everything. So technically, if you have this, talk to this person on the phone or through text, through messaging, whatever the case may be, like, present yourself accordingly. Like, don't be like, hey, yeah, and just be extra like this is not professional. You get what I'm saying? Because they're coming to you for a service. So and you are providing a service, a business. You have a business, and those, you want to look and be presented in a certain way. That was such a tongue-tied situation. I'm sorry. I'm just being me. That's all I can do. I don't want to be doing so many cuts. This is me, y'all. So first impressions are everything. So what I like to do, I do communicate with a lot of people first on telephone or messaging or text messaging, because somebody referred them to me, and that's how usually my conversation starts. I give them a call. I don't like to technically do a lot of things through text messaging, because sometimes things get misconstrued and things like that. So I like to give them a call, introduce myself. Depending on how the conversation flows, I give them a quick rundown of me, and I also say I would love for you to come in and bring your child. I always recommend bring your child so you can kind of see how they react to your environment as well, because they are the people that you are going to be keeping. The parents all day can be like, oh, I love it, and the kid would be like, boo-boo, we don't vibe together. No. So that's my first thing that I do. But first, what I mean by first impressions, like, they're gonna come to your house, right? I always want them to do a walkthrough, because people can sound and like anything over the phone. I also ask them who referred them to me, how did they hear about me, and get a little information so you can feel comfortable enough to invite them into your home, because we are home child carers and we are not at a center base. So that is very important. Safety over everything, guys. So when it comes back to the first impression on physically seeing these people. If it's somebody that you know, it's like, hey, how you doing? It could be a family member or a friend of a friend that you kind of know of, or a friend. You know, I like to treat everybody as if I don't know them and give them the full rundown, just because mentally it kind of helps me just keep in my mind, like, don't treat this client, this person, any less than you would somebody that doesn't know you at all. Because let's be clear, people that do not know us, what do? We put on our best of the best so they get the best of us, rather than wanting to judge us off that without even fully knowing the true us. So you get what I'm saying? So I personally like to do that. Some things. So first impressions are everything. I'm very bubbly and always smiling. So that's a plus for me. If it's not you, work on that, because smiles are very inviting. I like to, like I said, give them a full rundown. This is me. I have a degree in child development. I've been doing this for X amount of years. I love what I do. Are you large or small? And I kind of go through this full rundown, like right when they come in, after they've washed their hands and taken their shoes off, and before we even start touring the area. So I don't even do that I don't just let them come in and tour and that's it. Nope. I have a booklet for them. So you want to be professional and make sure you have all your documentations, even if they haven't said like, oh, I'm definitely going to pick this. It's up to you. I don't mind wasting the paper. And at this point where I'm at, if somebody was trying to come and scope my place out and use whatever for their own, hey, do you, boo-boo. What's for me is for me, and what's for you is for you. And you could try to duplicate me all you want, but I'm the real thing. And people don't even recognize, like, bruh, you can't beat me, right? Period. So make sure you have all of your documentations ready to pass on. I don't go through them one by one, because that's something they could do in their own time. But I've been doing this for so long, I kind of have the rundown already recited in my head, and depending on the vibe, I make it fit. So with asking, telling them a little bit about yourself, and you've gone through that little run-do, I let them explore. Through all of this, sometimes the kids are like eager to want to go play. I say let them go. So I do get some parents that are like, oh, nervous. If this is where they're going to be and what you're looking at, let them go explore without you and see how they react. So I do have an assistant, so that helps when I do things like this, because typically sometimes I do walkthroughs depending on if I know them and things like that when kids are here, versus if I don't know them at all. And things, so base those things, you know how to make that decision, guys. So they do come and get to see the environment, and then I give the parent a full walkthrough, just so they can kind of see everything, and then they come back out. We go back to more talking about, and I ask them, what questions do you guys have for me? Because sometimes I do forget, and I'm not just talking their head off and going super fast. So I do ask, do you have any questions for me? And I tell them something about me that makes me different than what I know a lot of other home daycares aren't doing at all. For me, which is, I do parent-teacher conferences, I do assessments, I have an app that I use that I communicate with my parents, I do family events. So I do kind of a lot more than the average, but it works for me, and my parents like it, and they stay with me, and everybody becomes like family, so to speak. What else? So that goes along with telling people what you offer, what makes you different, and you get people's reactions. You see if they like it, if they don't. You see what they have to say and what they don't have to say. So I didn't want to be too long or anything. I introduced my assistant and I kind of go over what we eat because I provide meals. They don't have to bring their lunch. We go over what they need to bring in their bag to go in their cubby that stays here. So just go over the things, your routines, and everything that you guys do. And I always leave my parents saying, like, go home, talk it over with your spouse if you have one. Go home and think about it. Really consider if you have other places that you're looking. Hey, I at least know I can say now you have something to compare it to. And I'm very confident in what I say to those parents because I know I do provide quality. And so I leave them with that, knowing like we will love to have you, but if you have something else that works better for you, I completely understand. And now you have something to gauge your expectations to when you're looking for something else. And it was nice meeting you. And that's how you end that. And you start with a smile, you leave with a smile, and give them hope that you would love for them. For me, I love to meet new kids and be a part of the change in their life for positive. So that's always a blessing. And so I didn't want to leave you with too much. I could go on and on, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am going to come with a part 2 in this area, okay? And then part 2 is going to be on, like, as much as the parent, the potential client may be interviewing you, as a provider, you should be interviewing the parent as well and the child. So come back for part 2, and I'm gonna let you know what that looks like as well. Don't forget to subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and love y'all. Peace.